yesterday. Where election don't be, no contest, no competition, one person go win, other people then go lose. But would I ever win? Na salon person. Would I the loss? Na salon person. Do I wouldn't call the result? Anybody will win, let it celebrate with respect. Then one will lose, let it self-accept. If you're not satisfied with them, to God like I'm going to the appropriate side. Let's go give the evidence, wait to make a loss or wait to make it fit a loss. Do you let nobody not take a law into your own hand? This country now will all you. Let will make a, let will show people that and say, we self can do good thing, we self can do better thing. I mean, peace message, let will maintain peace. Person must lose, person must win. So they allow, we would therefore support all of them. Whoever win a Salona, whoever lost na Sierra Leone. So as I see that, na me family then all na then go win, na then go lose. But on the appeal, anyone will lose, let it take an appropriate.
We just don't talk to the ambassador Soledad Mediad. One of the whole message of peace. We get somebody from Osiwa.
Well, Sierra Leoneans, we are a peace-loving nation, peace-loving people. I'll just continue to every one of us, say the laws of the land, make we continue to be peaceful and relate with each other. At the end of we only get one salon. So whatever we did do, what we utterances, we actions, all for be geared towards because we're not going to develop if we don't get peace. Talk about ethnic and other things, we are not divided. People only they use this when they're really not getting a message for talk about. So I'll just continue to appeal to people. Say, again, we only have one country. Let's come together. Let's mind what we say. Let's mind what we do. And make we all embrace ourselves as a country. That's my appeal. And if we get anything we're not happy or satisfied about, make we just run to the courts. I can always tell people, make we allow. That's my appeal to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You still watch AYV television. We still talk to more people. We see the arrival of plenty of people then. The time they tick now. And we will soon talk to members of the media. You know, the media play a very great role in all this, where you want to know how IRN do their work. We get with one of the most respectable and reverend somebody inside the media landscape. Tell me, what is the role of the media so far in this whole process?
Yeah, well, I think the role of the media has been extensive because it not only starts during this election period and now will almost come to an end, but right from the start. In terms of voter education, in terms of mobilizing citizens around peace, cohesion, and so many things. I think the media don't be engaged. Engaging the politicians, engaging the candidates. We get for take part in the elections, giving them platform. So creating the bridge between the citizens and the politicians or the candidates. I think the media has done extensive work around that for ensure citizens get access to information where they need.
When we zero in on IRN, the role specifically, since now you're the coordinator, we find out that a lot of people stay glued to the radio and then get messages and information from IRN. How are you able to put together this thing and pull this off?
Yeah, well, of course, we all sit down and plan. We get a strategy of what we want to do for the election cycle. One of the key things we've been to think about now the fact that we want to contribute to a peaceful and a credible and transparent election, all of that, and for just serve as a watchdog for citizens, just be the eyes and ears of people because all man not be able to go all the side the election they happen, But if we, as the media, we get reporters all across the country, we're able to paint a picture of waiting they happen during the election period, waiting they happen during different cycles of the election. And we're able for like do that extensively. Of course, for this particular election, we'll be able to field out about 550, close to 600 reporters. And then at the same time, we get over 60 radio stations where we all been there together. So we get information where they go right across. And of course, one of the things where people they complain about whether I announce results or not and the like. But it been a part of a strategy. And we know say it's a cool enough period after people don't vote for them to just get an idea of waiting they happen at the various polling stations. And I think and so far from the feedback we don't get, because one of the things we also planned this year now for not only use radio, but for integrate radio and social media. And the social media presence, we see the feedback. It has been awesome, in terms of waiting people and do. And of course, in the rural areas, you go as far as Zimi, you go Fadugu, you go Kubola, all of those places, there is a sound. Radio data, they're able for listening, people are able for follow. And even this process right now where they can take place. So there are so many people that will not get TV for watch, or they not get social media for go, but they get in small radio and then go listen and go hear it and go know what's in they happen. So I think say radio has been, we've been able to do well.
Thank you so much. We just don't talk to Lansford, right? The coordinator for Independence Radio Network, and they continue to talk to more people, and we get a social analyst now, Solomon Sundu, where we can talk to shortly. Our Marky Fambolo, we still live now the Intumani International Conference Center. We will wait for the electoral commissioner, the chief electoral commissioner and national returning officer, where we can do the final announcement of the presidential election result. We get with Solomon Sundu, we social analyst. Social analyst on the whole process.
Yeah.
Tell me, paint a picture of how easy life.
Yeah, thank you once more. Family, as well as see the whole world inside, people don't know they come, we wait now for the final boss, we now the electoral commission. When I get the rights by law, we can announce, the final results for what we all wait for. Well, we don't hear since this morning. Then we wait 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock don't pass. Now we wait till 4. But the see all man don't set the international observers. They're all there. Journalists and there. Everybody there. Citizens there, as you see. So we wait now for the final boss for come. Make we see the outcome of 2023 elections.
As we wait for the final result, what will be your message to Sierra Leoneans, them, especially political parties? Would that win now or would that lose?
Oh yes, I think my message is clear. And I don't send this message for say the peace now once. They will need this 2023 election for make it be successful. If you not the winner, enjoy successful. If you not the loser, sit down successful. And prepare yourself for the next coming election. And also, citizens, one of the things we for deviate from, this pot cover where people in the knack in the area of celebration, please, at the appeal to owner. In those days when we are small, pot cover now for fella, like when they say them vanish person, who now they watch their Nigerian film, then the person out of town, now pot cover the knack, then cocoa, then witch. But now, knack which would they take celebrate with praise? No, please, let avoid pot cover. Let we enjoy Saful, sit down Saful, and think about development. I think say that's now for the thing about my salon. That's not my advice. Let everybody just become your neighbor, go, you celebrate with them, so that we all go bridges, peace, and national cohesion.
Thank you, Solomon Zondu. Everybody message quite clear. They only emphasize, say peace, very important. When we maintain the peace we'll get, but we not allow this peace we'll get for go down the day like that. That's the message almost everybody they emphasize here. We still continue to talk to more people. We have to go down back to who's high the political parties then we only see some set of people that don't coincide from different political parties. We could talk to them. But we get with our media colleague, Mohamed Jawanyale. Mohamed Nyale, from the onset, we don't see a lot of things.
Yeah.
But one thing where this whole election process come with again, not misinformation, fake news, and disinformation. as a media personality, how the media don't they manage for counter-dancing or threatening?
Well, it has been quite tough because election, they create an atmosphere of suspicion. So also they create a very ripe environment for misinformation. So you had a lot of people, for example, like who don't vote on Saturday. So a lot of people get that anticipation for see results. So they be also in a vulnerable position. Any information we then see, then they believe in. So you had all sorts of rumors, all sorts of calculations yesterday when the 60% was also announced. So it's a ripe environment for misinformation during elections. So far, journalists, we have done well. Yes, we've had a few cases where we've fallen short, but a lot of we really don't try for keep a very high standard. I mean, yesterday, this is something that this large president also mentioned. And I know sometimes we don't even get enough credit for what we are doing, but we just have to do with credit or not. And so far, I think we don't hold the line quite well.
Thank you very much, Mohamed Jahanale. We just don't talk about the role of the media in handling misinformation, disinformation during this period. Because as I say, this are the time this way people normally can be vulnerable. And we will continue to talk to more people with this are the media places. We are in all different media houses and sets also for outside the media houses are all set for actually give an update. Forget an update. We go step for see for talk to more political parties and probably we get political party representatives. We don't see the NDA. We go step for talk to them as soon as possible. We find out say you see the DG of SLBC. We see consultants for the African Young Voices. Dr. Swari out there. We get other media, civil society activists. They're all seated. They're all the wait for the final announcement of the results. We get political party representatives are here, and we can talk to NDA, the National Democratic Alliance. We can talk to you shortly. Welcome to
Yeah, good afternoon. First and foremost, Mina Sherif Barry from the National Democratic Alliance Party. So your question say, what's my impression? Great. Good. Yes. Yes. The third force, indeed. And now one of the oldest political party. We are now 29 years old. And we don't tell the people of this country, say we get the silent majority. We don't believe in dancing. We believe, say, we talk to we people, the base is there. This is just the sign. By 2028, we will go into the second or first position.
That not partial result that one. They will have still stay, we will still maintain that third place.
We are going to, in fact, the final result could show we don't increase more and more. We could triple that, in fact. Thank you so much, UIV.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. We hear the mayoral candidate of NDA, they show high anticipation, say, in fact, then go maintain that one day, and by 2028, they will be fully ready to take on well, they talk to more political parties as we go on. Members say everybody seated and everywhere quiet. You see the European Union. Hello and welcome to UIV.
Thank you. My name is Mrs. Isis Ujabi Kaba, the wife of former President Ahmad Tijan Kaba.
Tell me your anticipation, your impression so far.
Well, so far so good. I feel Sierra Leone don't win because we don't go through a successful elections. A lot of skepticism in there when people feel say this country will go into flames. But thank God the election went so peacefully, and up till now we don't get any major skirmish where we really put this country in a very bad light. So for me, I think Sierra Leone don't win and democracy don't survive in Sierra Leone.
What's going to be your message to Sierra Leoneans after this?
My message to Sierra Leoneans is for we maintain the peace. We all know, say, as a country, as a nation, we don't go through 11 years of barbaric war. And up till now, the country still grapple with that war, the effects of that war. Today, some people away their limbs, then caught, some houses were burned, hospitals. You know, the country been really destroyed, and people suffer, they rape women, them. So we don't want to go back to that level. We don't want to go back to that kind of situation as a nation. So we think, say, after these elections, after the results, nobody knows who loser, nobody knows who win, and Sierra Leone don't win. And we all foresee ourselves as one people, because at the end of the day, that one green country will get to Sierra Leone. So my message to Sierra Leoneans, let's stay peaceful, let's stay calm. There's life after elections. So after the elections here, we all, one way or the other, we all related. So many things, say we need to go back to the drawing table, make peace with one another, live in peace, and really project the image of Sierra Leone. I think that's the paramount responsibility of every sober citizen of this country.
And thank you for talking to me. You still watch AYV television. We did live now in Bintumani. They wait for the National Electoral Commissioner for do the final announcement of the presidential election result. We don't get another person, a lady again. You can tell from the
Me, Augusta James Tamer, me, the national chairperson of the National Democratic Alliance Party, and I also double as the president of the All Political Parties Women Association.
What would be your impression about women representation generally in this election?
I'm very optimistic because even before the elections, we get a large number that came out. And they were so bold, they were well trained, they're confident to win, they are ready to go in for the different positions. So I will not be surprised. I'm expecting something better than before.
Are you impressed with political parties then?
Yes, I'm very much impressed in a way because, you know, for every stage, you will start with one step, not so? And the majority of them went by the law because you remember, say, ECSL said for every 3 candidates, you have one female. And most, all of them, not even most, all of them, because it's a law. And so they encourage women to come on board and their names on it. We know, say we can get some challenges, but for a start, we'll manage and look at the challenges in the future so that then challenges and then it will be a problem. We're going to make, we don't come up greatly more than 30% even, because that's not just the threshold. We can move. So I believe something good is going to happen. Thank you.
We still watch YV, but at the moment we go send back to the studio na Tower Hill there, and we get somebody from I-Verify. We'll go talk to quick before we send back to the studio. Remember, say we give you live updates from Bintumani International Conference Center, where we wait for the National Electoral Commissioner for do the final announcement of the presidential election result. I-Verify.
Me na Agile Mobile and I do / I-Verify.
I-Verify don't they play a critical role. Tell me how not on the battle misinformation and disinformation.
Well, we don't try our best as really not easy because fake news na a problem they go around on social media right now and it's very, very fast for fly around. But we do our best and we don't debunk boku fake news and we go around and give out, and we make sure so they give out the right information. And we know say with fake news right now, that can cause problems. So we also the work from this Bintumani Hub, we work with the Peace Commission. We also they get calls them from them situation room and try to verify their informations and they get from people where they report. And when I can check out to platform when I / I-Verify. We get with Facebook page and we Twitter account also. So if you get your own suggestions or maybe something where you get doubts in, you can send on our page and we will respond to you as soon as possible.
Please, thank you. We don't get the other security personnel then. The head of ONS also don't come. We get the Inspector General of Police, Inspector Fire Selu is also here. We find out we get super sick military personnel there all there. The IG there already. And we can probably try to get some on the spot. Father Selu for talk to we. And we police are still about to convince her.
Yesterday I spoke to. Yesterday, today you want to take me again on another marathon interview.
Welcome to everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Well, actually, elections come once every 5 years. When they announce the date for the elections, we activate what we call the Integrated Election Security Planning Committee, where a component made up of the military, the police, ONS, and other security service providers. For the past 1 year, 6 months, we have been planning for this one. We did a lot of things. We did threat assessment across the country. We did a review of the national intelligence requirements, and we trained. We ran training programs for what we call multiplier forces. Multiplier forces are those who come to support the Sierra Leone police. We are leading in this process, but our number is small. So to beef up our numbers, we bring on board other security service providers like the Correctional Center, the Fire Force, SRSA. We go as low as the Native Administration Police. Those are the multiplier forces, but all of those ones, we do a coordinated training. All of them together we train, and every officer who took part in this election was provided with a pocket guide. Pocket guide is simply a document that tells you about the do's and don'ts about the elections. So that is what they do. So we did all of that, and we now came up with a deployment plan which we use to actually police this election. That's why it turned out like this.
Thank you so much. We don't see the commissioners already don't come seated. We get the commissioner for Western region seated already. Zainab Momosi is seated. We get other commissioners and we're already seated. So at any moment from now, we get the Chief Electoral Commissioner and the National Returning Officer, Mohamed Kennedy Kone. We will come inside for do the final announcement. Matthew Idewache YV Television live now been to money. Maya, we still wait for the final announcement of the results.
Thank you very much, Joseph Johnson, for the update to Ilongi. And we still there in the Freetown International Conference Center and I've been to Mani Usai AYV the broadcast live on the waiting that happened today. Now the item now we get the commissioners, we don't come, we get the regional commissioners actually from Western area. This is Zainab at the front. Presently, you see Madam Zainab Day and William Alpha, safe day. I think they wait now for the National Returning Officer, Mr. Mohamed Kennedy Kone, for join the table. You watch AYV live from the Freetown International Conference Center, which I will broadcast, bring you updates on happenings and activities of things where they happen as we bring you live information and broadcast of the pronouncement of the remaining 40% of the presidential results for the June 24th multi-tier elections will happen over the weekend. And we don't come up to this point. Just yesterday, the National Returning Officer, Mohamed Kone, been announced the provincial results. 60% of them will be announced yesterday. And today, the nation and people all across the attention day to Salon, and they look forward for who win the June 24th multi-tier elections, who will be the president of this country for the next 5 years. And don't forget to say this morning we've been get Albert Masakoy of ECSL. We been we say they still get for announce the result them after this one because they are mayoral people and we've been contest for position as well for mentally. So he say the national returning officer and the only possible party for declare anybody as winner of the election waiting other commissioner them. So but for this time, because everybody attention due to the presidential election, so I make place start with the presidency and maybe now 40%. So it's Mohamed Kenewi Kone who long time now. Okay, we go join to the main studio for being here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone, I want to welcome all of you to this very important occasion. It's about the announcement of the presidential election results, which will soon proceed. Before it proceeds, I will quickly introduce the members of the commission on the high table. We have for the Northern Region, Commissioner Abubakar Kouma is present. We also have for the Eastern Region, Commissioner Marian Moijwe, she's also present. We also have for the Southern Region, Commissioner Edmond Sylvester Alpha is present. We have for the Western Region, Commissioner Zainab Mosiri. She's also present on the high table. We also have for the Northwestern Region, Commissioner Alba Samba Kanu. And finally on the high table, we have the Chief Electoral Commissioner and National Returning Officer and Chairman of the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone, who is Mr. Mohamed Kenewi Kone. So at this particular point, I will now hand over the rest of the proceedings to the Chief Electoral Commissioner and Chairman and National Returning Officer, Mr. Mohamed Kenewi Kone. Thank you.
Thank you, Executive Secretary of the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Sierra Leone. This is a journey that we started some 5 years ago after the elections in 2018. At this point, we are here to read out the final results of the June 24, 2023 elections. Statement from the Chief Electoral Commissioner, Chairperson and National Returning Officer of the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone on the presidential election results held on 24th June 2023. In exercise of the powers conferred on it by Section 33, 42(2)(e) and 38A as amended of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991, Act number 6 of 1991, and pursuant to Section 7 and 68(1) of the Public Elections Act 2022, Act number 17 of 2022, the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone conducted a presidential election on 24th June 2023. Both the polls and tallying processes were observed by political party agents, various national, international observation mission or groups, embassies, and the media. The
The polling station results were entered into the result database, representing all polling stations across the country. The national turnout is 2,800,691, representing 83% of all registered voters. The total number of valid votes cast is 2,789,808. The total number of valid vote cast is 10,000. Invalid vote cast is 10,883, representing 0.39% of the votes cast. A total number of 120 polling stations were not entered into the result database due to either being tampered with and therefore quarantined at regional tally centers, or unavailability of result form caused by violence at identified polling stations. The above outstanding result cannot materially affect the outcome of the final presidential election. Details of the results at polling stations will be posted on the ECSL website. At the ECSL website, the website is there. A full breakdown of the result by district is attached to this statement. Below is the total number of votes obtained by each presidential candidate. Ba Mohammed Charno, National Democratic Alliance, 21,620, representing a percentage of 0.77%. Bio Julius Mada, Sierra Leone People's Party, 1,566,932, representing 56.17%. Coca Prince, People's Democratic Party, 5,981, representing 0.21%. Jonjo Mohammed, Citizens Democratic Party, 2,367, representing 0.08%. Kabuta Sature, United National People's Party, 4,059, representing 0.15%. Kake I, Alliance Democratic Party, 4,336, representing 0.16%. Kamara Nabil Henry, Peace and Liberation Party, 7,717, representing 0.28%. Kamara Samora Matthew Wesley, All People's Congress, 1,148,262, representing 41.16%. Magai Charles Francis, People's Movement for Democratic Change, 16,012, representing 0.57%. Sakor Abdullahi Dukakuru, Revolutionary United Front Party, 6,796, representing 0.24%. Sandy Jonathan Patrick, National Unity and Reconciliation Party, 1,369, representing 0.05%. Sowa Toure Mohammed, United Democratic Movement, 1,665, representing 0.06%. Williams Bresford Victor, Republic National Independent Party, 2,692, representing 0.10%. Therefore, by by the powers vested in me as the National Returning Officer by Section 67, 51(2), and 92(4) of the Public Elections Act 2022, Act number 17 of 2022, and pursuant to Section 42(2)(e) of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991, Act number 6 of 1991, I hereby certify that Bio Julius Mada, having pooled 1,566,932 of the valid vote cast, representing 56.17% of the total valid vote cast in the 24th June 2023 presidential election, duly elected President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Any citizen
Can you please allow us to conclude? Can you please allow the chairman to conclude his statement? Can you please allow the chairman to conclude his statement with all due respect? He is the National Returning Officer. He has not concluded his statement. Please.
Any citizen who has lawfully voted in this election, validity of the said election of the president by petition to the Supreme Court of Sierra Leone within 7 days after the declaration of presidential results pursuant to Section 54(1) of the Public Elections Act 2022, Act number 17 of 2022. Thank you all. God bless Sierra Leone.
That's good.
Which message you go give to supporters of the SLPP?
As people celebrate quietly and peacefully. Now Australia don't win today. Now Australia don't win. Now all win together. We don't want any issue. Let us celebrate quietly. It is Australia that has won. Now we don't win. Now full everything for be done. Not to SLPP win. Australia nine win. We are all together.
Thank you very much. That now Napoleon Koma, the Secretary General of the Sierra Leone People's Party. We will try for see if we can speak to some other politicians, especially the NDA party where we've been seeing inside. But you listen to AYV television and they watch we as well. We bring you live broadcast from the Freetown International Conference Center. Also, we still try to talk to some more people as the National Returning Officer don't declare the Sierra Leone People's Party as winners of the election today. We still try for see if we could speak to more people, especially people of political parties, we've been there as the mayoral candidates of the third highest votes, then get the third highest votes na the election. Let me talk to them quickly. This is the mayoral candidate of the NDA. We see the NDA party basically with the results we don't get when I take third position. What does this mean to the party?
This means a lot. 29 years when they formed the party. This is the first time we don't counted. And I want assure listeners and viewers that in 2028, we are going to clinch it either first or second.
So how the NDA gets to this point as a party we not been at this position, and at this with this election we see when I raise when I vote?
You know, politics is about ideas, it's not about dancing. The last time when you interview me, I tell you, say we get the silence majority. We've been to go door to door, house to house, slum to slum, market to market, and interface with the people. They know the people, them problem, we find solution towards that. Now that make we get to this position, and by the of God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, 2028, with the capture State House.
Thank you very much. That's now the Lord Dr. Mike Bewa, the Director of Communication na State House. Mike, I see you overexcited.
Super excited, Lamrena. This is great. This is good for Sierra Leone. This is good for this country. President Bio has done a lot for this.
I see you jump where they announced it. Was it something you were expecting?
Yes, I was expecting it because he has done a lot, right? He has done a lot, and Sierra Leoneans are not full. Sierra Leoneans are not slow. Sierra Leoneans know what is happening, irrespective of all the hype on social media, irrespective of what people say. Sierra Leoneans believe we are on the right trajectory to economic recovery. We've done a lot for this country. President Bio has done a lot for this country. Look at education. Look at the way he has raised the bar. Look at women's rights, 30% to women. Look at the health indicators. You look at maternal mortality rates. You look at infant mortality rates. You look at what he has done, infrastructure, roads, and everything. We need to give him 5 more years.
Finally, Mike, you know, one influential person as alone when you come to social media. A lot of people most times can share with you, they say, and follow you on social media. The president don't call on Sierra Leoneans for celebrate Saful, Uda win or Uda loss. Which message you go want to give to supporters them of una party, the SLP?
Well, I just want to tell, let's put the rhetorics down. Let's just slow down. Let's celebrate Saful because the president and the leader of this country don't tell we should celebrate. And we Sierra Leoneans, we all one people. Elections is not about war. Elections is not about dividing ourselves, Lamrana. Elections is a game where you believe in your candidate, you sell your mandate, you sell your mantra. Me believe in my own candidate, I sell my policies out. Which one the people then take? And now the people don't believe, they don't vote, they don't speak out. Say President Bio should continue his 5 years. So let's give him 5 more years. Let's embrace all the brothers and sisters and without there. We know so the heartworm, the adrenaline level is high. This not to tell me for they provoke them too much because Sierra Leone, now we all, irrespective of the party where they color, we say region where you come out. This is a country that belongs to all of us. We are one country and we are one people. Once again, I just want to say, congratulations, boss. You told me and you did it.
Thank you very much, Michael Bewa. That's now the Director of Communications na State.
People that don't begin nothing for the nation, President Mada Bio they work. So this is also come out. It make us believe say yes, Sierra Leone don't begin to reform to a better Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone don't begin come to their senses. Sierra Leone they don't begin not by tribe, not by color, not by party. Now for who that they make the nation. Now they're not conscious. Because even the North, the vote from Adabio don't show say yes. It's not about colors. It's not about party. It's about the nation building. It's about how President Bio is working for the nation. Yes. It's about how people appreciate President Bio. Yes. So
on channel 33, we're on DSTV on channel 399. We also they stream live on our Facebook page, AYV News. Also, I will bring you live updates and information from the Freetown International Conference Center, whose the national returning officer just don't announce the final result and the winner of this election. We don't bring you updates all them days here as we talk to different people live from this space, and we as well don't talk to people outside. We colleague them there presently na Parliament usai then they wait for the inauguration, and we will connect with them soon as we understand say the president will be moving from President's Lodge to go to Parliament usai then go do the swearing-in ceremony. I beg your pardon. Usai then get for swearing in. We understand say the Chief Justice and other dignitaries they already they wait for the swearing-in ceremony. We team there as well, and we team there across the streets. They get updates from people on waiting this mean. But one of the messages we don't come on this afternoon that every Sierra Leonean for embrace each other. People where they celebrate, we don't win the election for celebrate Saful, as the president's been don't ask. We don't talk to Maru Napoleon Koma, we say the same thing. We don't talk to Michael Berewa, we the Director of Communications and State House, we don't say the same thing. And we go talk to civil society people, and we get Sano, we also get Edmond Abu for see if which message then go give to people out there. Edmond, we can still get you, we can talk to both of you in this interview. We see the president don't announce the results today and don't call the final winner. I will start with you, Edmond. Waiting this mean for Sierra Leone, and how do we maintain and uphold peace and national cohesion?
Well, of course, it's natural. This is democracy. I mean, this is not democracy. Fankada my elections. If you must get winner, you must get loser. Native Consortium, of course, we don't do this process before, along with other partners, of course, other civil society. The role of any civil society, really, now for look at the process, monitor the process, look at your role, not for call result or whatever. We roll now for low monitor the elections, you understand, and which we don't do. So now the man when I gets any constitution give the mandate, he don't call him. So now with the judge they say.
Well, it's a win for the people of Sierra Leone. The president has said on and on again he wanted to make sure that Sierra Leone will hold a free, fair, credible, inclusive and transparent election. And this is what President Bio has done. The international community have all commended President Bio for the peaceful nature of the election, but not only that, the orderly fashion in which Sierra Leoneans queued for long periods of time to cast and exercise their democratic vote. So this is the win for the people of Sierra Leone, a win for His Excellency, but this has vindicated the president. So the next 5 years is about taking Sierra Leone to the next level of progressive development under the leadership of His Excellency Dr. Julius Maada Bio. We are all very happy today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we still there, and that has been the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, and we they come so the First Lady now of the Republic of Sierra Leone, we don't be part of this most strong force inside during the campaign. And if you now notice the end of the campaign, just like how President Julius Maada Bio in voice being caught, the First Lady now the same thing. But today, witnessing these results, how do they make you feel with all what you don't do during the past years?
Well, I believe said the people of Sierra Leone don't speak and then speak loudly. We not been get any doubt say His Excellency will win, because the last 5 years he don't serve this country, he don't work for Sierra Leone, and he get a message and he get things then we go tell people and say now this have been promised una and I do and the people they not go ask him say you they lie, because everything we say they do
56% not a huge percentage. Would I be expect this?
I don't know for President Bio, but maybe they expect at least 60%, but we can still take 56%, not a bad thing. I mean, expect say we go get, because we made inroads. Now a lot of places them where we not been expect say then go accept the president's message that way there. So me not been expect 56%. I mean expect at least 60%. But we go handle 56 also, at least he make Maada Bio talk and do continue for be talk and do, because he say no runoff and there's no runoff.
And waiting are your message to the people of Sierra Leone?
I mean, this is just an election. We don't do harm. The people they don't talk, and I hope say everybody like waiting. Everybody don't they say we are still one country, one people. Make we do things safu. Now one great Sierra Leone we all get. So we make sure so we respect the decision of the people, and we keep our country safe because there is no other country like Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is one.
Thank you so much, Madam First Lady. And also, we go get a reaction from the President, Julius Maada Bio. Okay, first, Mr. President, I want to say congratulations and honor for fortunate for be the first person for talk to you after don't announce this result. So what are your impressions so far?
Thank you, Sierra Leone, for giving me a second mandate. Thank you to my supporters. Thank you to the Sierra Leone People's Party. Thank you to Madam First Lady. I hope say we all will settle down now because the result don't come out, and now development we want to go back to. But I must say that I'm really glad for the trust and confidence the people of this country don't repose in me a second time.
Okay, and as you thank the people of Sierra Leone, and we know say other side lose, waiting at your message to the people and we don't lose.
Well, that's the nature of democracy. I've been on that path once, maybe twice, at different levels. In democracy, in this case, everybody win because we get the head of state. We consider everybody as partner in the process of development. But for the one that we know win this poll, definitely, I want to say we all belong to this country, and therefore the next thing we will pay attention to now development. Waiting will make with people then get a smiling face, not a smiling face. Waiting will make them get their wherewith or for able to carry on with their life. And therefore, I go one for appeal to all other parties, including the main opposition party, the All People's Congress, for me to join we for fix this country. Too many problems to be fixed. For more people then be happy.
Okay, lastly, waiting will be the first thing we go target for this administration. After all waiting done they happen, waiting will be your first thing for target.
Well, in terms of development, we program they out, the big five. Then I for make sure say I feed people like you and the rest of this nation. But for now, we don't just go through a very tense election. Normally, you get for make sure say you bring all Sierra Leoneans together, all different stakeholders, for make we put the election behind we, and for make we come together and work. So I get for reach out to all the other political parties, including the APC, the traditional leaders, the CSOs, and everybody, for make we change your gear from election to development.
Once again, congratulations, and I wish you a prosperous 5 years. And also, we get the national chairman for the Sierra Leone People's Party, where you don't always to see with the president during in campaign and all the times. So, Mr. Chairman, waiting na your impression also and your message to the people of Sierra Leone.
Well, first of all, the result was expected. Any other thing may happen, it will be abnormal. So we are not shocked. Second, the message of the people is in line with the president's message. We all come together. Democracy, now two basic principles we get. Number one, subordination of the military to civilian rule. Second, acceptance of results. And how do you accept defeat? And defeat is not being defeated by itself, but it's an action that's for all of us. You think you have lost, but Sierra Leone has won. This is what I will expect. You see our vigor, our energy, our spread of campaign, and our message was solid. There was evidence of our past years in governance, and we are delivered all on our manifesto. So there was no reason why we should be kicked out. If that happens, then we'll be taking democracy backward. So let them we all come together again and work for Mother Sierra Leone.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. And viewers, as you listen to them, one of the things we trickle down on national cohesion as the election don't pass. And we still get a lot of foot soldiers of the President, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, were there for witness the announcement of these final results. And here we also get Kadiru Kaikai, and you can tell me what are your impression about what thing don't happen today.
Thank you very much. We expect something above this, actually, and but we need to accept the will of NEC. What they don't say, we expect the president don't perform for the past 5 years, and the people then clearly they support him and they want for make it continue. So, but we need to accept what NEC don't say as Sierra Leoneans. That this will be the expect. Say, president don't do much more than waiting it's cost to. But these are the will of the people, and they were made waiting neck don't say. So we accept for now. I'm really short of words because I imagine waiting before don't be the opposite. I'm really, really happy that we, the ordinary people, deserve the president and we want him here, and he's going to be here for for another 5 years.
All right, thank you so much for talking to me, and that now some of the people them and of the reaction, and we get an important person we've been dating at the parliament in the last 5 years. So so you could tell viewers that you name and tell me how they feel right now.
I'm a leader of government business, former parliament, Honorable Matthew Sanyuma. It not surprise me. I just feel happy that we ended the election on a very good footing. And as I join the president, that after election and development, and we all together forget a cohesive nation and a peaceful one. They happen to Ram, they accept the results. There are always circumstances around any result they call, but Sierra Leone come first. And the programs out there outside there for put Sierra Leoneans together and also make sure we move forward as a nation. Election are a very few moments. Peace and cohesion will always do it we, and that night they make we as one nation. As a motto, one people, one country. Congratulations to all. Thank you very much, member of the 4th Estate. We will not say people for do this coverage also for bring other things that were very important because we people that they read from as neutralists there and within the area and within the sea, and they will appreciate. So we tell them thank you for this one they do so self for see Sierra Leone go move forward and hearing from the president at this particular moment. So after Mama hold in peace and move forward as a nation. Thank you.
Okay, and lastly, before I let you go, because in the last 5 years you've been as leader of government business now, parliament, you've been there, your colleagues them way them been at the other side. So waiting that you message to them and people and we support them also.
Yeah, the one that we all be doing together, some come, some not come, some decide not for come parliament again. But the one that we win, we also extend the same love and congratulations to them that in the 5th parliament in the Second Republic, we got challenges them, but all the council nation forget a very progressive parliament. So because we know Sierra Leone, only one Sierra Leone we get. I also want for when they come, we continue for do the good work, and we stay as a family and parliament for always play a pivotal role in our democracy. So the one day we need to come, whether I not get him or they lost, at the minute is part of democracy, and they will get a better time where the next election will come. I mean, politics is about a number game. If you don't get until you fight very hard so that the other time you will get up. But you are all in it together. Democracy now for everybody, not for one side. There are winners, there are losers. But in nation building, all of us are winners.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my brother.
So, and from all the reactions and all you can feel here, joy and happiness. And as we know, today now be one day where every Sierra Leonean so anxious for listening to the returning officer, and finally the results don't be announced. And if you've been fortunate for see a live broadcast of what's been happened here, everybody was buzzing and tearing because this now a moment where everybody be the wait for listen this result for President Julius Maada Bio in second term in office. And also we get more government officials here. And so, what's your impression so far from waiting them happen?
Oh, my brother, I am elated. As a matter of fact, I mean, this campaign was run on the records. It was about development versus underdevelopment. President Bio presenting campaign on in manifesto way clear. What he don't do, the back past manifesto, and what he intend for do going forward. Again, it's about consolidating the gains and then accelerating the development. So it was clear. We knew back then, even before we voted, that President Bio is going to pull this off. And this is a win for Sierra Leone. This is a win for everybody, whether the youths, the aged, the old, the women, and the like. I mean, with SLPP in governance, with the visionary leadership of His Excellency the President, Sierra Leone is assured that these 5 more years can only get better than ever before. So yes, a win for Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone should celebrate this win. This is not about politics. This is about making sure Sierra Leone continue to get the glory in the international world as it has happened in the past, and it will continue to be just like that.
All right. Thank you so much for talking to me.
My pleasure.
Okay. And viewers, as you've been followed to the president, as he did talk, he talks say in addition to the 5 game changer them, one of the first things we he go do now for national cohesion, for ensure say and bring Salone together, like the one that we don't lose, for call them, bring them together and celebrate and focus to the development of we country Sierra Leone. And we still get a lot of people Naya we come witness as then they announce these results. So you could tell viewers your name and waiting at your impression also.
Mina Sheikh Lexman Koroma. My impression is positive, particularly where we own president, we all the president of this country don't win. Now we all the president, both every political party, every tribe now president is. Voting this don't bring together. Where Bio don't win, the President Bio don't win, a unity don't bring. So because President Bio don't win, a unity don't bring. So therefore, now good news for Australia.
So in the area of peace, what you left for Salone people then?
My area of peace, we now one country, one people. Either you be from anywhere, we get this country now for make them. So therefore, the result we don't come enough for divide we, and for embrace we. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for talking to me. So one thing way visible, the area of peace, that this not for put we apart, but rather if for bring we together. So tell viewers that your name and Rob Motts to waiting don't happen and how you feel.
My name is Bakari Kaloko, Deputy Minister of Finance. Today is a historic day for we, Sierra Leone, for waiting to happen because President Bio don't do a good work in terms of the economic front. We get challenges, but you can see in recent times the things that we don't do and which we don't set for the next 5 years. I'm very optimistic that Sierra Leone will take a different turn. And we trust in the leadership, and we're excited for today because this is the beginning of an economic recovery. And we in the Ministry of Finance and the finance people, we have a lot of strategies in place to ensure that we change the dynamics of this country. And some of we will come up from the private sector, but we can't join President Bio because we believe in them. And this, to we are very excited today for what's to happen so far.
And since this morning, where people been there wait for the announcement of these final results, where from Bintamani, even here, a lot of government officials, one thing we stressed on is the area of peace. So waiting at your message to the people of Sierra Leone, because we know say some areas can hurt and some will be happy.
For me, basically, I'm from the north. And they call me northern people and say, but then take it easy, and one person must win. This is about Sierra Leone. So make we all go election, and they don't announce the election now. Make we all go on the leadership of His Excellency and take peace. Because at the end of the day, if you go against the see, now the game is over.
Other man, we don't lose. So with Una already don't become victorious. What do you get for say to people and we can do that?
Well, me as the mouthpiece of the party, North America, first of all, I did tell Sierra Leoneans them plenty thank you. I did tell me SLPP members and supporters na North America plenty thank you for the support that we all give for make sure say we refresh President Bio's mandate. However, just like our President Bio say, we don't win, we celebrate Saful, we all in one country. President Bio is determined for make sure say he unify this nation. President Bio in dream now for make sure say he bring national inclusiveness, and that is what they fight for. So anybody we in Australia, we not lost. We are all not lost. We all na democracy. Not just the beauty of democracy. Let we make sure say we push the agenda we President Bio don't bring when a feed salon agenda, so that the age-long problems with Sierra Leoneans we don't get when are hungry. We President Bio don't determine for fights that hungry day with agriculture it will go through.
All right. Thank you so much. Yes.
A few meters from the historical cotton tree in the center of the capital city, Freetown, which served as a shelter for the first set of freed slaves to land in Sierra Leone. A few meters from the historical cotton tree in the center of the capital city, Freetown, which served as a shelter for the first set of freed slaves to land in Sierra Leone, stands the age-long command center, the country's seat of power, the State House. Today, these walls shelter one man and his lieutenants, spearheading a revolution to about 8.2 million Sierra Leoneans from the shackles of both poverty of the mind and means. His Excellency, President Julius Maada Bio, is the 5th democratically elected president of Sierra Leone. While other political leaders are obsessed with the next election, President Bio is concerned about the next generation. The New Direction agenda lends credence to his unrivaled love for people. His love for country and citizens led him to embrace a second call to serve, after serving as military head of state from the 6th of January 1996 to 29th of March 1996. During his 3 months as head of state, he organized general elections and handed over power to a democratically elected president, refusing to cling to the allures of the office and against the pressure from within and outside the country.
I normally say I stumbled into politics. It was not my desire to enter politics at that time, nor actually my plan to even get near politics.